So we're going to do some cheese sauce today. Again, it's just a batch pack like that. All you have to do is add 1 liter of water to it and bring it up to the boil. And then you have a sauce that's cheese flavored already. So I'm going to show you how this works. Just going to add it to the powder. Blend it together. And then I'm going to bring it up to the boil. So the sauce has come to the boil now. It doesn't have to boil for long. It just has to really come up to the boil. And as you can see, it's nice and thickened and ready for use. So what I've done here, I've actually had blanched some spinach earlier. Squeezed out all the water. Of course, after blanching, you always need to cool down your product in cold water because that retains all the color. As you can see, it's nice and green still. So all I have to do is add the sauce to that. Mix it through, and we have creamed spinach. Of course, you can also fry some mushrooms with this when you're frying your onions. And there we have some creamed spinach. You can also, of course, add the sauce when it's just mixed up and then bring it all together. Then it will also cook into the spinach. I just want to show you a few dishes that I have made with the cheese sauce, like a cauliflower cheese. Just to show you how nice and creamy it is inside. And don't put too much cheese on top. You actually want to show people what they're eating. It's not like a lasagna. Now, while we're on cauliflower and broccoli, I just want to explain what blanching is. Blanching is when you put a vegetable into boiling water to cook it. So what happens is all the vegetables that grow above the ground, you start cooking in boiling water with some salt in. Vegetables that grow under the ground, like your root vegetables, start in cold water. They're a lot harder and they need a longer time to cook through. These are very tender and they cook very quickly. That's why we do that. But as soon as it comes out of the boiling water, put it into some cold water and let it cool down immediately. This stops the cooking process and then keeps the beautiful colors. And your cauliflower doesn't go gray. This doesn't lose its green. Just a quick hint. Just to show you a quick macaroni cheese. So you cook your macaroni again. And then mix through the sauce, the cooked sauce. It just goes a little bit quicker. But you can see it's still nice and moist and not dried out. Just on pasta, let me explain what al dente means. So I get to ask this question quite a lot. Al dente means when the pasta is cooked again in boiling water. Never put your pasta in cold water. That water must be boiling very quickly. Lots of salt. It must be as salty as the sea, the Italians say, because it absorbs those flavors. Otherwise, it's got absolutely no flavor inside. Cook it until it's just nice and soft to eat. If you overcook it, then of course it's going to become like a porridge. Again, take it straight into a colander, cold water, cool it down as soon as possible. It stops the cooking process. It'll stay nice and firm and not go pop. Also, if you want to keep that pasta and not use it immediately, usually the starches start sticking together and you get a clump of pasta. Just as soon as the water is off it, just put a little bit of oil onto it, mix it through, and then they won't stick to each other and it can stand for a day or two in the fridge, and then you can use it as you want. And then I've done a creamy potato bake, just layering the potatoes, thinly sliced potatoes, some fine onion in between. This was a raw sauce that I used because I wanted the potatoes to actually cook into the sauce and actually thicken it up.